Welcome to the Sisters on the Hill, the podcast from the Sisters of St. Benedict in Ferdinand. We are one of the largest communities of Benedictine women in the United States. And on this podcast, you'll get an inside look at life at the monastery, our work and ministries, programs, opportunities, and more.
Welcome to the Sisters of St. Benedict of Ferdinand's podcast. Today I have on with me Sister Agnes Marie, and one of our guiding principles as Sisters of St. Benedict is prayer. And so I asked Sister Agnes to come and talk to us about her prayer and what it means to her in her life. So Sister Agnes Marie, could you tell us just maybe a few words about who you are, where you came from, how long you've been in community?
I'm originally from Jeffersonville, Indiana. I'm the fourth oldest of 9 children. My oldest sister died when she was just a few years old, and I have another sister that died recently. I have been most involved in parish ministry for 23 years, and I came to the community in 1968. I have also worked in our community health and have been assistant vocation director and activity director for our Hildegard Health Center. So that's just a little bit about me. Right now, I work in our business office.
So when you think about the Liturgy of the Hours, our prayer together, what draws you to go every day?
One of the things that draws me is I feel like it's the lifeblood of our community, is our prayer. And joining together with one another, I find that very supportive and very enriching. And so I don't want to miss that. So when we pray 3 times a day, I want to be there.
We also have our personal prayer with God. And so what continues to grow in your personal prayer or keeps you going to that also?
Well, I try to deepen my prayer, try to get closer to God. For me, that's taken some time. You would think by this time that I would have that down pat, but it's trying every day really to draw closer. But I think, just the idea that we're praying together, we come together, that's very helpful. And it wouldn't be the same if I just prayed it all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't be the same.
We say that our main ministry as Sisters of St. Benedict is to seek God. What does that mean to you?
Again, I would say it means to try to draw closer to God and to remember that we see God in everyone and that we try to treat others as we would want to be treated, that we can share our faith and that we share that with others so that we're kind of a light in the world.
We also say that our ministry flows from our prayer. How does that play out in your ministry?
Well, I think prayer gives me some time to think about my ministry and to support me in my ministry. There have been some ministries that I've had, and I think I can do all things in God who strengthens me. That's what I need. But I think that just being able to stop like at noon prayer and just to kind of take a review of my day so far and how things are going, that's a help to me in my ministry.
If someone says, well, I don't know how to pray, or they're struggling in their prayer life, what would you recommend?
Well, I would say don't give up. Don't give up. There have been many saints who have said that they just weren't feeling like they were close to God, or they were having like a dark night of the soul. And I think that God speaks to us in many different ways. Sometimes we may not realize it, but God also speaks to us through other people. And I remember when I was thinking about coming to the convent, I kind of felt like that's what God was calling me to. And at that point, I didn't want to hear that. But other people were saying to me, oh, I think you would be a good sister. Or have you ever thought about that? All kinds of things like that. And for a while, I just didn't want to hear that. But then I realized that that was God speaking to me through them. But I would say, don't give up, keep trying, and just kind of quiet yourself, calm yourself, and just try to listen, because God does speak to us, maybe not in the words that we would want, but you will eventually hear God, and that will be well worth it.
Be patient.
Yes.
I hear you say, be patient. Anything else you want to tell us about prayer?
Well, what I do for prayer is in the morning, I go through the readings of the day, and I pray for lots of people. Pray for my family. I pray for all of our community members. Pray for all of the people who have asked for our prayers, and all throughout the world who are in need of prayer and other things. I think that we can always do that, as well as just trying to help ourselves, better ourselves.
Well, thank you for helping us learn more about prayer and how you pray. And I've been closing the podcast with the same questions to all the sisters who have come. So it's just the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you a coffee or a tea person?
Coffee.
Would you like to read a mystery novel or a romance?
The mystery.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
I can be both.
Okay. Would you rather go to the beach or to the mountains?
To the mountains.
Do you like the summer or the winter?
Summer.
And if a woman is listening and she's discerning religious life, what would be your advice?
Try to talk to somebody that you know that is in religious life, and kind of pick their brains. That might be helpful.
Well, thank you for taking time to come talk to us, and we hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sisters on the Hill. If you're interested in exploring what life as a sister looks like and whether you're being called to that life, reach out to us at vocation@thedome.org. This podcast was recorded at Monastery Immaculate Conception in Ferdinand, Indiana, and was made possible by funds from our philanthropic circle, the Women of the Rule. Follow us on social media at Ferdinand OSB, or visit us at thedome.org to learn more. That's THEDOME.org. Thanks again for listening, and have a blessed day.